Okay, I'm serious here. These are massive spoilers for Batman number 50. So, if you don't want that spoiled, turn this video off now. Alright. But, here's the thing. I want to qualify something. I want you to know that I have been against this marriage from the beginning. Okay. I'm against Catwoman and Batman getting married from the beginning for various reasons. Alright. But, they've been building this up since shortly after they renumbered the Batman books with new number ones after Rebirth. I think it was issue number 8 where Batman first encountered Selina in prison, and she apparently had been free for like 300 murders or something, or some insane number that would make a serial killer blush. Okay, and they've been building this up so dramatically. This is the only outcome that makes sense. All right. And what's more, here's the solicit. It's the wedding you never thought you'd see. The matrimony is as real as Bruce and Selina Kyle are set to tie a knot in a can't-miss extra-length milestone issue that will reshape Gotham City. All their friends and a few enemies will be party to a comic book coupling for the ages. Okay, that was the solicit. They jacked up the price of the book. They then issued a ton of alternate covers. I mean, a big ton to make this an event. And then they turned it into, well, according to the New York Times, which just saved me $5, and I won't be buying any more back issues or trades of Batman because I've been playing catch up, and I've been trying to get this together. I don't need to, because the whole storyline has just been destroyed like that, because the editors don't want to change the status quo. Now, I wasn't for changing the status quo, but here's the thing. You were committed to it. You had put the characters in the places for that. You had put your whole storyline on there. So, this is just a huge stab in the back. And you lied and you told the fans that it was really happening this time. There have been plenty of storylines where they nearly got married in the past. This is just another one of those. And you expect us to buy alternate covers and pay extra money for just that? What? And here's a comic store owner. You stab comic store owners in the back when comic stores are trying to stay alive. Let me get down here. I need to get down here so I can show you what this comic store owner has to say here. Yeah. Look at here. I think it's here. But no. Of course, because they do this thing where on Twitter where they don't keep things they keep things kind of in chronological order, except they don't. Except when they decide just to bounce them around randomly. So I can't find this guy's post. But basically, he's talking about all the cancellations he's had of this. Because it's not an event. And it isn't. It's just a big lie. It's just a story we've seen done a billion times before. They just this time hyped it up. Basically, here's what they do. They basically have Selina Kyle leave a note saying that marrying Bruce will make Bruce happy, so therefore Bruce won't be able to be Batman anymore because we all know Batman is nothing but pure uncontrolled rage. Batman isn't about, logical thought out responses to the ongoing problems of Gotham City. No, it's just uncontrolled rage of a child, as she puts it, of a hurt child just lashing out. That's why he always throws hold-up men off the roofs of buildings, and he always murders people, because he's pure rage. That's why you see him blowing. That's why he'll blow up a whole building just to get at one criminal in it, because it's pure like he's the Incredible Hulk or something, because he's just pure rage and nothing more. because he's just a child, because he's just a hurt child lashing out. Oh, wait, that's not what Batman does at all. So it makes no sense. It makes no flippin' sense what they're doing here. And it totally goes back on the character growth of Catwoman just when, probably to please the writer of Catwoman's book. Here's the thing, they just put a huge feminist on Catwoman's own book, so I'm betting what this is it was her saying, well, I'm not writing a married woman. And she refused to. And they said, well, we'll make it and she refused, and she wasn't, so they undid it at the last minute. They screwed Tom King and his storyline over, and now he's taking the heat for it. But yeah, I am done with these. This is a one more day. Yeah, you have comic shop owners mad. You have, I mean, just look Tom King's feed. I mean, it's like, yeah, this is the comic shop owner who was talking about how he's had so many cancellations. He's lost so much money on this because people are canceling it. They've gotten rid of their alternate covers. And I just want to thank the New York Times for saving me a bunch of money, because they just saved me from catching up on DC, and I will no longer buy DC New. Because now I know that they'll lie to me, like right to my face, and that it won't even contain, the story won't even contain what it says it contains, what they super swear it says it contains. And I'm reminding you, I was against this wedding to begin with, but now that I know that they're willing to lie just to get a big event, and I'll actually end up paying extra money for an issue that has nothing in it, I'm done. I'll buy it used. I'll wait to see if it pays off. I mean, they've been building up this since I think issue number 8, as I said, and they've been engaged. And here's the thing: they've been engaged, and Batman's been happy with her and with them in a relationship for 25 issues. They've been engaged for like 16 of those issues, I think. So, and it still hasn't affected his ability to protect the city yet. So this makes no sense. I guess their next move will be to get rid of Damian, because they can't have any character growth or anything change. So that'll probably be the next thing. They'll kill Damian off for good, and they'll have Batman act like he never existed, and they'll just get everything back. This is cowardice of a worst level, and this is either them giving in to the writer of Batwoman, who refused to write a married woman, or this is cowardice of the highest rank. This will probably be this will be what will be remembered as the big thing that signaled that DC was done, after looking like they had the comic book industry after Rebirth. This will probably be the biggest. This, and Brian Michael Bendis will be seen as the first sign being put on Superman, will be seen as the first sign of the rot coming back into DC Comics when we look back at what caused their downfall. And this will be the single biggest issue people remember, is that they hyped this up. They've been hyping this up for the better part of a year, and then they just pulled it at the last minute. So yeah, this is DC's one more day. Mark my words. This is going to hurt their sales. Comic book shops are going to be hurt. We'll probably hear about one that ends up closing because they end up with thousands of dollars of unsold comics, and DC refuses to accept returns. It's ridiculous. In any other industry, you have to accept returns. When Walmart orders stuff from companies, guess what? If Walmart can't sell it because it's a defective product, or if they lied about features on it or something, when Walmart can't sell it, it goes right back to the company they bought it from. I've worked in retail, and I've worked in retail at a couple of places, and this is the only time I've ever heard of any sort of comic books are just insane, because they're the only time in a retail type situation where I've heard about a retail store that can't send a product that they can't sell back. It's the only type. And they're milking this for all it's worth. They duped a bunch of shop owners and then duped us, and the shop owners are going to be the ones who pay. But why should I pay $5 for this when it's a lie? I shouldn't. So I can't. I can't afford that. So I won't pay for a lie. But DC makes sure they got themselves covered. But I hope they enjoy it, because they're going to take a huge tumble. And I think this will be the beginning of the end for the traditional American comic book industry. And I think you'll see more and more creators, because, I mean, if you're working with Tom King, if you're Tom King or you're and you just got stabbed in the back by editorial like this, or you're somebody like J. Michael Straczynski, you got stabbed in the back by editorial with One More Day. You're seeing so many creators go to. I think what you're going to see is the really talented ones like Tom King and even Shriver. I don't know if Tom King would want to do this. I don't know if it's in his personality, but I think you'll see people like him more and more start, leaving the big two and going to Indiegogo and places like that to get their get their stories funded, so that they don't get all this, so they don't have to put up with this flack, and they don't have to put up with taking the flack for management decisions that make no sense, and they don't have to put up with writing a story for building up a story for like a year, and then having management just all of a sudden at the 11th hour pull the rug out from under them and wreck their entire story. So yeah, no, it's been 18 issues. 18 issues. So 26 issues since he proposed. They've been in a relationship before that. So yeah, it's probably been 40 issues that they've been in a relationship and it has affected him. So her reason makes no sense. This is just stupid. And I said somebody who didn't want this to happen. Imagine how you feel if you were looking forward to this. This is beyond stupid, and this is going to cost DC in the long run. This is their One More Day. Mark my words. Thank you for your time.